Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 21st of February 2019. We're going to reflect on Mark chapter 8, 27 to 33. Jesus went on with his disciples to the villages of Caesarea Philippi, and on the way he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And they answered him, "John the Baptist, and others Elijah, and still others one of the prophets." He asked them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter answered him, "You are the Messiah," and he sternly ordered them not to tell anyone about him. Then he began to teach them that the Son of Man must undergo great suffering and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. He said all this quite openly, and Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. But turning and looking at his disciples, he rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan, for you are setting your mind not on divine things, but on human things." The Gospel of the Lord. A pastor had a wife who was a spendthrift. Trying to get her to control her spending, he told her that the next time she was tempted to buy something, to say, "Get behind me, Satan." He was very upset when she returned that evening with a very expensive dress. "I was standing in the store looking at the dress," she explained, "when I heard Satan say, 'Wow, you look great in that dress, you should buy it.' And I remembered what you told me, so I said, 'Get behind me, Satan.' But then he said, 'It looks great from back here too.'" That might have put a smile on your face, but we all know the reality of temptation and how devious the devil can be. We can see this in the passage we're reflecting upon today. Jesus asks the apostles who they believed he was, and Peter's inspired answer that Jesus is the Messiah prompted a rare compliment from Jesus. "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah," he said, "for this was revealed to you by my Father in heaven. On you I will build my church." A few minutes later, the same man through whom God would accomplish much was rebuked as speaking for Satan. There are many lessons to be learned from this, but I just want to focus on a practical one that is relevant to many of us who seek counseling from anointed people. As Peter has proved, even anointed people of God can sometimes say the wrong thing. It isn't a bad thing to seek the counsel of people wiser than ourselves. In fact, it is good to get someone else's views on an important decision we ought to take. If, for instance, you need to decide a career option, or whether you should get married to a particular person, or if you're trying to determine your vocation, it is good to bounce your thoughts off another. A good counselor will usually not tell you what you should do, but guide you into arriving at a good decision. However, there are instances when they will tell you what you should do, perhaps because you insist they do. At such times, we should always remember that, anointed or not, these are people like everybody else, and although they might be very close to God, they are still subject to human error. I have little doubt that most seek to give sincere advice, but discerning whether their advice is truly from God is our responsibility to determine. So, be wise. God bless.